Try to make a short preview of review, show you this guitar. It's not something I usually do and it's not something I'm planning on doing in the future, but this guitar is pretty special and all of these guitars are made on commission, most of them are, so they don't make it into the hands of people that usually do reviews for a living. This is obviously one of Nicolais Schorr's guitars. It's the model called the Owl. The Owl. This one has 7 strings and a sliding pickup, a single sliding pickup. Nicolais' guitars are pretty interesting in a lot of ways. I suggest you check out his website for all the details. I'm just going to go through a couple of them. Some of what really drew me to his guitars is that they rely on some old traditions, but some pretty underappreciated traditions. The sliding pickup being one. We've seen that on the old archtop guitars. The neck angle is adjustable from a screw here on the back. That's also been done before, but not to a very high degree, and it's an interesting factor to have to play with in doing the setup. Nicolais also has a lot of his own ideas. If you see this, you can see right through it. So it's basically a couple of blocks holding the top and back together, and then there's not any sides in a traditional sense. So it's a very unique guitar. Nicolais calls it a semi-acoustic, and it makes sense. It's partly acoustic, but it's not what you think of as a semi-acoustic if you just hear that. Like I said, this has 7 strings, and that was originally the idea for why I got it, because I got tired of carrying a regular guitar and a baritone and maybe using the baritone for 1 song or 2 songs a night, and sometimes I wouldn't bring it, and then I would kind of miss it once in a while, and then once you did bring it, you would have to make sure it was in tune, you would have to switch guitars, you would have to possibly sometimes change amp settings, possibly just for 1 song, then go back. I just got tired of that, and I saw a big potential in having a 7-string guitar that's sonically is more in the lineage of clean electric guitar sounds. Most 7-strings obviously are made for heavy metal, or there are some archtop guitars made also, of course, 7-strings. But within this solid body guitar, clean sounds, somewhere in the middle, not being heavy metal, not being straight ahead jazz, there's not really a big variety of options. But Nicolais is one of the few guys that built something like this. So that's why I got into it. It's super interesting for that reason. So for me, the 7-string covers basically the baritone range, and I use it, and I'm going to use it. I've only had this for a short while, but I'm going to use it for the stuff that I would usually use a baritone for, which would be playing in small groups without a bass player, covering some bass lines, covering the low end a bit more sufficiently than I can on a regular tuned guitar. Sometimes playing single note lines in the low register. And then of course with having the 6 regular strings that I'm used to. So I have all the same open strings that I'm used to on the 6 strings. I have all the harmonics. All that stuff is not changed. That's not unique to Nicolais guitars. That's just the reason why I got into 7-string guitars. Anyway, I'm going to be usually here in the future when I'm going to bring it out, it's going to be for
jazz and country, early rock and roll type gigs. That's what's just lined up in the future. Probably it will see use in all kinds of different scenarios, but for now that's where it's going to be used. So I've just recorded a couple of loops using this guitar so you could hear it in context. I recorded with this guitar so you can hear it cover the low end, and then I'll play a bit on top so you hear it, all the stuff it does. The low end, the high end, the lead stuff, the backing stuff. So first I'm going to do just a short example in a jazz setting. So I'll just play a bit on satin all. Something like that. That's in the jazz context, with the single pickup in the neck position as far up as to the neck as it goes. Cool thing about this is if you don't need to have the in-between sounds with two pickups, you can get by with having just one, because you just unscrew the screw and move it. So if we're going into the country stuff, we'll just move it a bit closer to the bridge, and we'll just have a short listen to what this can do in the baritone range of the instrument. So as you can tell, it fits within the lineage of electric guitar sounds, clean guitar sounds within the solid body, semi-acoustic, whatever we call this range of sounds. This obviously isn't the regular semi-acoustic. Just another thing I just want to mention is that the pickup that Nicolais makes doesn't have adjustable pole pieces. I've been using this guitar with flat wound 12s, that's the way Nicolais strings it up. I've been trying it with round wound 12s with a wound G, and just today I went down to 11s just to try it out with an unwound G, and 72 on the bottom for low A. And the guitar takes the different strings very well, and so does the pickup. I was a bit worried if it would work, since you can not adjust the pole piece, you can angle the pickup, but that's as much as you can adjust it. But it works really well, the balance is great, both with wound and unwound G. The flat wound Nicolais uses is a 65, I believe, for a low B, doesn't work for the low A, so we have to go up a bit. But the pickup works great, and it's been working great. I've been trying it out in both small and large amps, and it's usually really easy to get the low end and the high end of the guitar balanced, which is a challenge once you get into the extended range, because you move outside of what a regular guitar does, so you have to adjust and accommodate for that. But so far I've been very happy with this. It works really great, it sounds nice. I think that's all there is to say right now. If you want to look up details, go to Nicolais Schorr's website. I can't remember, the Schorr Guitars, I think. Look up all the details. There's lots of interesting pictures of all his models and guitars, and they're really great. I tried a couple of the other ones too. Like I said, this is not something I'm planning to do in the future with reviews, but these are really special. This is number 55, so and that's 55 of all his guitars, not just of the Owl. So there are not many of them around, and they don't usually make it into reviews, so I thought I'd share this. Anyway, hope it was useful for you. Bye.